In today's competitive e-commerce landscape, advertising plays a very crucial role in driving visibility, traffic, and sales for businesses on Amazon's global platform. This session will provide valuable insights and strategies for leveraging Amazon ads to reach out to global audience, maximize ROI, and establish a dominant presence in the international marketplace. And taking this session is Mr. Sami Akhtar, founder of Regro Media, actively managing over $150 million in revenue with over 7 years experience with Amazon ads, helping brands with their Amazon ads globally. So let's welcome him on stage. Mr. Sami Akhtar is here.
As an Amazon seller, I'm sure you have thought, what if your delivery guy drops your package the same way? What if, even before it reaches your customers, it is broken? According to National Retail Federation survey, there were around 761 billion in merchandise returns that happened in US last year. And we all know the percentage of returns in other marketplaces will be comparatively similar. 1 out of every 4 customers are expected to return your products. But do you know, you can control 50% of your returns just by controlling who sees your product, just by controlling the relevancy of your products being shown to the right customer, by controlling the relevancy of your paid traffic that you run through Amazon ads. Hi, so my name is Sami Akhtar. I am the founder of Regro Media. We're a 35+ member team managing over 60+ brands actively. And we have been awarded by Amazon themselves a couple of times for being the best performing agency. Here you can see my co-founder, Mr. Sandeep, holding the recent awards that we have got in a row by Amazon themselves. And in today's presentation, I'm going to show exactly how you can control your relevancy of paid traffic that you're running. So, control your paid traffic quality and relevancy by understanding CTR, click-through rate, and CVR, conversion rate. This is generally how ads looks like in Amazon. This is a screenshot taken in Amazon. In all other marketplaces, it looks comparatively similar. But do you know there are certain factors that affects whether your ad is going to get a click or not? These are number of reviews your product has, delivery time, how quick the product can be delivered, keyword relevancy, the price of your product, coupons or deals if you're running anything or not, and the visible title. What is CTR? What is click-through rate? Let's say, example, if 100 people are viewing your ad, out of which only 4 people click on your ad and go to your product listing, then your CTR will be 4%. Now, why I'm telling you all this? The higher the CTR, the lower your cost per click is going to be. This is generally how ad looks like. Main image, visible title, number of reviews, coupons, price, and delivery time. These are the 6 main factors that affects whether your ad is going to get a click or not. What is conversion rate? If 100 people are viewing your product listing, and out of which only 4 people purchases your products, then your conversion rate will be 4%. The higher your conversion rate is, the lower your pay per click is going to be. These are the number of factors that influences how many people are going to buy your product. What is going to be your conversion rate? Listing images. Brand story. Brand story is basically where you show more images of your product and tell story of your brand. A+ content, where you show more bigger pictures, or premium A+ content, which is basically a premium version of your A+ content. Q&A section, where your customers ask you questions. And first page reviews. Reviews are probably most important here. Now, how many of you have bought anything this month from Amazon? Can you please raise your hand? Can you please raise your hand if you have bought anything from Amazon this month? Can you guys do me a favor? Can you please stand up just for 10 seconds? Can you please stand up? Okay. Now, just stand up for 10 seconds. Let me see. Okay, we have very less online purchasers here. So how many of you have read reviews before purchasing? You know, according to recent data, it shows 90% of the purchasers that shops from Amazon reads the review. If they're not reading the review, they are either dumb or they have a lot of money to waste. Okay, you can sit down. But do you know reviews carry forward from other marketplaces? That means if you have 100 reviews in India, you copy on the same listing in Amazon.com, those reviews also show up in Amazon.com under top reviews from other marketplaces. Tip number 2, use the right keywords. Whenever I talk about this topic, I get a question. But why Amazon ads is required? Can't we get sales organically? And I generally answer them with a very devastating incident that happened on year 2019. On the year 2019, Kolkata, where I stay, it was hit by a severe cyclone. After the cyclone went away, we didn't have network, electricity for at least 3 days. Roads were completely blocked because of so many trees were fallen in the ground, in the roads, and traffic was completely jammed. The day the cyclone was coming, the place where I stay, it is at the 12th floor, the apartment. And you know, I have this big balcony. So I was standing in this balcony, I was seeing the storm is coming, and I can see down there are 3 trees. Each would be around 50 feet tall. And I can see once the wind speed increased, 2 trees out of the tree fell on the ground completely slanting with its roots completely upside down. I can see hundreds of roots. Whereas on the same place, there was another tree that was still standing. Now my question to you is, what might be the reason that 2 trees fell down whereas 1 tree is still standing? The answer is roots. It might happen that the tree which is standing has thousands of roots scattered that is holding and making that tree stronger to not fall. You know the same thing. Here you can see the roots that we can't see, thousands of roots that makes a product stronger. Similar to a tree, for an Amazon product to get a lot of organic orders, it has to be strong in Amazon. And a product can be only strong if it is ranked and indexed for thousands of keywords. Similar to a tree, this thousands of roots makes a tree stronger. For Amazon product, these roots can be compared with keywords. A product has to get indexed for thousands of keywords to get very high organic orders. But getting indexed, what is indexing? If you search a keyword and your product shows up, that is indexing. Whereas ranking is basically specifying where your product is showing. It's in the 3rd, 4th, 5th position, wherever it is. But getting ranked or indexed for so many thousands of keywords is a slow process. But do you know you can fast forward that by using ads? You can also take example of a cyclist. He's paddling, and he is able to achieve a speed of 30 kilometers an hour. Now he decides to rest his foot on the paddle, but he is not applying the brakes yet. Now you'll notice, even though he is not paddling, his cycle is still moving forward, because of the momentum he had built by paddling beforehand. The same thing happens with ads. But maximum people, when you talk about ranking for so many keywords, they generally use exact match type. Out of the 3 match types that Amazon has, exact, broad, and phrase, they generally go for exact match type, which costs a lot. What if I tell you it's a match type that gives 1/3 of the CAC, cost per acquisition, that exact match gives? It's broad. You can further control it by using broad modifiers. There's a screenshot. You can take the screenshot on what is exact, phrase, and broad. What are the keywords comes under this? You can take a moment and screenshot. Take a snap of it. These are 3 clients of ours. First one is spending around $50,000 a month. It is in clothing niche. Probably 45 lakhs a month in ad spend. They are doing close to $300,000 a month in sales. Second one is spending 30 lakhs a month in ad spend. They are in travel niche. They are doing close to 3.5 CR a month in sales. And the bottom one is in the hair care niche. All three are in different niches, but you will notice the cost per acquisition in broad is the least. Tip number 3. Never start with automatic campaigns. Now, before I go in this, let's try to, now what is automatic campaign? So Amazon ads, we have 3 different types. Sponsored products, sponsored brands, sponsored display. We have another one, DSP, which is a separate thing. Maximum brands spends 80% of their budget in sponsored products. And in sponsored products, we have automatic targeting and manual targeting. Automatic targeting, basically, you tell Amazon that, listen, Amazon, this is my money, this is my product, I'm giving it to you. You do whatever you need, but advertise for me, I'm not going to do the work. Whereas in manual targeting, you basically specify what are the keywords and products you want to show your products ads on. But why I'm saying never start with automatic campaigns? Let's try to understand this by playing a game. And I want all of the audience to participate with me. We have all young faces here. So before we play the game, let me try to understand the age group of the audience. Okay? Anyone between 20 to 30, raise your hand. 30 to 40? 40 and above? Okay, it's clear a lot of you are not telling the truth about your age. Okay. Yeah, 40 and above. So the game that we are going to play is called What Jingle. So in this game, what we have to do, I have to point at one thing and say the name of it. But the twist is I have to say the wrong name. That means I'll point at this sofa and call it table. I'll point at this camera and call it light. I'll point at the door and call it window. I'll point at this and call it laptop. I'll point at him and call Ritik Roshan. Whatever it is, I have to call the wrong name. Okay? I have to do that 5 times, and I want all of you to participate in this. No one is going to judge you. And if you're not participating with me, trust me, I'm going to hold the mic against you and ask you questions. Okay? So what you have to do on the count of 3 to 1, you're going to stand and point at one thing and say the name of it. You can call whatever it is, light, fan, laptop, TV, Ritik Roshan, Shah Rukh Khan, chair, bus, train, tree, whatever it is, but you have to say the wrong name. Okay? Now I'll request all of you who can to please stand up. So I'll request all of you who can to please stand up. Please guys, come on. Come on, I'll request all of you to please stand up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Trust me, you all are young. No one is going to judge you. Okay? What you have to do, you have to point at one thing, say the wrong name of it. You are not allowed to say the right name. Okay? On the count of 3 to 1, you are going to start. I am also going to play with you. No one is going to judge you. Trust me on this. Okay? 3, 2, 1, start. Laptop. Light. Chair. Come on. Light. Stand. Come on, come on. Shah Rukh Khan. Light. Remote. Table. Come on. 5. Yeah, 5 names. Come on, 5 names. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Please sit down. Was it easy? Now you'll notice one thing, that wasn't easy. Because your brains and your eyes are not able to coordinate with each other. You know, the same thing happens when you start automatic campaigns. If you're selling water bottle and someone is searching water kettle, your ad may show up, but that is irrelevant. The way you can control it is by starting manual campaigns first. Then after a few conversion or sales, you can switch to automatic campaigns. By then, Amazon will have enough data. That is how you can control automatic campaigns. Now, next thing. Before we go to the next topic, let me tell you something that happened last summer. You know, last summer I visited this island, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And I went to this island called Ross Island. This was a crazy island, you know, it was beautiful, sunny, but I can see this island has built up some Japanese old bunkers to protect from World War. I went there and watched. There was this lady. This lady was wearing this old-fashioned white salwar with a little bit darker complexion. Her hairs were aged grays on both sides with brown on the top. And she was carrying this big white jhola, you know, jhola, bag, handbag, but it was, unlike small one, it was a big one. I noticed one strange thing. She was talking to the birds and deers, and the birds and deers were roaming here and around with people. And she was talking to these birds and deers in some foreign language, which obviously I don't understand. At first, I thought she might be out of her mind. Then after observing for a second, I realized she was actually talking to those deers and birds, and they were following the orders. They were actually responding to what she was saying in that language. This lady was talking to in her tribal language. The name of the lady is Anuradha Rao. She is the 4th generation born in that island. And she was speaking the tribal language, which obviously the birds and deers are understanding. The moral of the story: whichever marketplace you're trying to sell, your product listing has to speak in the customer's own language. And the customer has to understand what you're trying to say. Now, how many of you can actually read this? Anyone can read this? This is Amazon Japan. Anyone can read this one? This is Amazon US, but a Spanish listing. No one? Apart from the brand name, nothing can be readable, right? Did you know 17% of the total population in US speaks Spanish? So you have to always make sure your listings are optimized in the language where you're trying to sell. And by optimizing, I don't mean to rely on Amazon's auto-translation. Because when they translate, some sentence can be completely meaningless. This is how a title looks like translated in Spanish versus in English. This is how a bullet point looks like in Spanish and in English. So you have to make sure the listing is optimized based on the language where you're trying to sell. So that was it for my presentation. My name is Sami Akhtar. I'm from Regro Media. You can find me www.regromedia.com. You can also email me. I'll be around. I'm a shy person, but I like to click pictures. So say hi to me, okay? Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Mr. Sanjay Nagi to please present a memento to Sami Akhtar. Thank you, Sami Akhtar, for equipping our attendees here with knowledge and tools needed to elevate one's advertising game and achieve success on a global scale.